Hello, everyone. My name is Chukudi. I am Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and I'm a social nature revolutionary. This moment, I want us to look at something. I want us to look at democracy as a step towards the social nature state. Democracy as a step towards the social nature state. Now, I am preaching social nature revolution. That is what I preach. That is what I'm preaching to women all over the world to embrace. I want women and girls of the world to embrace the social nature revolution, which I have started. I have started talking to women in the city where I am at the moment. I go about talking to women about the social nature revolution. The social nature revolution is a peaceful revolution. It is not violence. I, Jesus Christ, I don't support violence. Even in the Bible, I told Peter not to put down his sword, that those who go by the sword shall go down by the sword. So right from the origin, I have never supported violence. So the social nature revolution is a peaceful revolution of women and girls all over the world. The social nature revolution is a revolution of women and girls all over the world. It's a revolution that believes that women and girls cannot achieve their demands, cannot attain their demands from patriarchy unless they engage themselves in a revolution, unless they engage themselves in a peaceful revolution through the social nature revolution. So what I'm saying now is that now democracy is not an end. Democracy is not an end. It is a step towards the perfect. Democracy is a step towards the perfect. And what is the perfect? The perfect state is the social nature state. Democracy is not a perfect state. It is not a perfect state. The perfect state is a step for the women and girls of the world. Democracy is a step for the women and girls of the world to take to achieve what they want. So if you're a woman and you live in a democratic nation, once you embrace social nature, now use democracy to contest for elections and social naturize your nation. Socially naturize your nation. If you have a democracy in your nation, now use that democracy to socially naturize your nation, to establish the social nature state in your nation. What do? You simply organize your fellow women, put them, establish your solidarity amongst your fellow women, make them to become social nature revolutionaries. Then contest for elections, make them to vote for any candidate that supports the social nature revolution, who is a female person, not a male. A male can never be a social nature revolutionary, apart from me, Jesus Christ. No other male can be or should be a social nature revolutionary. Every social nature revolutionary must be a woman. So now, when you organize your fellow women, encourage them to vote for the person, for the woman that will support or that will establish the social nature revolution or that advocates the social nature revolution in your nation. Once this is done, when you acquire power, then socially naturize your nation. Turn it into a social nature state. So democracy is a step to social nature state. Then for those of you who do not live in democratic nations, probably those of you who live in Islamic nations, those of you who live in monarchies, now where women are not given the opportunity to vote. Now, what do? You begin to fight for democracy. Begin to fight for democracy. Democracy is not an end, it's a means to the end. And the end is the social nature state. So begin to fight for democracy in your nation. If there is no democracy in your nation at the moment, begin to fight for it. Begin to labor for it. Once democracy is achieved in your nation, then produce contestants in elections, female contestants that support the social nature revolution. Then once it is done, now, so when the person wins, when she wins, then she should use that opportunity to socially naturize your nation. That is how to attain the social nature revolution through democracy. So democracy is not an end. Democracy is not perfect. Why it's not an end is because it does not give women and girls the opportunity to achieve their aims, to achieve their demands, to achieve their rights. The only thing that can guarantee the rights of women and girls all over the world to be achieved is by them establishing the social nature state. What is the social nature state? The social nature state is a state controlled by women. It's a state controlled by women who are the perfect gender. So that is what I'm preaching. That is the revolution I'm leading at the moment. So women and girls all over the world, first of all, embrace democracy. Once you use democracy to achieve power, then you establish social nature states in your countries. That is the way to go. We don't believe in violence. We also believe in the ballot. But the ballot is not an end. The ballot is a means towards the end. And social democracy is the end. Social nature is the end. Social nature revolution is the end. So we can do this through the use of democracy. Democracy is just an instrument in the hands of social nature revolutionaries to achieve the social nature state. This is what I want to say to you now. Once again, my name is Chukwudi, and I am Jesus Christ, a social nature revolutionary. Thank you very much.